Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here. How you doing? Right, it's Saturday and I promised you a third of 3 maps from a few months ago that we didn't have time to review that kind of shone a little bit on the workshop above the average. Now, I've got to be honest, it's a slightly disinteresting terrain party map, this one, so I've tried to spice it up as it's terrain party with some real life photos from Google Earth, so you can compare like for like. And then, of course, as it's Saturday, we have our quirky asset of the week. Today's one is a build your own quirky asset, no less, so it's something to look forward to, so do hang in there, do hang in. But before we do any of that, it's time for your daily reminder. That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel. It does get me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you very much for your support. Okay, let's crack on. It's Eugene, Oregon by Ricebug. And I've got to be honest, every time I read Eugene, Oregon, I want to put on a really broad, West American accent. The old geezer that sat around the campfire. There's your start square, by the way. But the thing is, I can't do accents. I can't do foreign languages. There's your resources. And it would just sound like I'm taking the you-know-what. No resources in the middle of the map there, but I'm guessing that's where the city centre is. Well, I know it is because I've had a look at Google Earth, and so that's the reason why. It's a vanilla temperate map theme, and we are using, say it with me, the realistic 1.2 LUT, as none have been prescribed. Now, the opening sequence, a little bit jinky-janky there, the opening sequence was the most interesting part of the map, a bit more jinky-janky there. It was the most interesting part of the map. You're going to find today's map somewhat disinteresting. I'm not going to say awful, just it's kind of, well, developed territory. If you knock down all the buildings in your city, you're going to find it pretty flat and boring. Why? Because it's been terrain formed or terraformed, and that's the case with today's map. It is based, oh hang on, we've got a little problem here. This is why we have no traffic on the left hand highway. That is a glump. I know this is my new technical word. I haven't decided on a new technical word for that, but it's a glump. Now coming up here, we've got an ugly looking cutting, but I'm going to give credit where it's due. You're going to get a 1-second glimpse of the real life Google Earth shot. Here we go, street view shot of that. It is a cutting. It's just, yeah, not quite as sharp as this one, but yeah, credit where it's due. There was a cutting there, and it does match. It does sort of match the photo, sort of. We've got another photo coming a little bit later on of a bridge. Hang in there, hang in there. Now, one very special lucky viewer is going to get a shout out over this hill. This hill in Eugene, Oregon has the same name as one of our regular commenters. So if you comment regularly, you may be getting a little shout out a little bit later on. As soon as I saw it on Google Earth, I thought, oh, you've got to be joking. I have to use that in the show. Now, this is based on, in fact, it's a replica of the real-life intersection that's there. It's not a plopped one, it's a hand-built one. And what you'll see here is we've got a little bit of a low overpass here, and the trucks aren't quite making it. The reason for this is this is supposed to be a ground-based highway and not an elevated highway, and I have checked, and it is a ground-based highway, so that's what's causing the problem there. Got some wibbly wobbly highways coming down this way, and then it bends around and around. We're heading down towards the start square now, so be prepared for some excitement, because that's where things slightly go wrong a little bit. Here we go. This is like the city centre. There you go. Over there we have, I think this is a city centre park. It does have a name. I don't recall what it was, but it was something like Centre Park, which is great. Except for this isn't the start square. You think it would be. No, the start square is kind of here, And so to access the start square, you're going to need to do some work to that highway, which doesn't make any sense to me really when you have like this ready-made start point here. So for me, that's a bit of a fail. I am going to overlook that at the in the scoring at the very end, that little issue. But yeah, I think that's a bad shout, a bad shout. And we're back down to the main highway as we head up towards this crossover. Now, this crossover isn't a crossover in real life. What we have here, and this is also really low because once again we are elevated and we should be at ground level. What we have here, this crossover, should really be an intersection. And do you know what that intersection should look like? Do you know what it should look like? It should look like this, pretty much. It's not an exact replica, but it's very, very similar. So basically, Move It could have copied that all the way down there, saved all the work, and boom, we would have been in business. Now over here, we've got a gap in the highway, and you're wondering what? And there also, this is where there are two more local suburban intersections, not suburban, but localized intersections. And I don't know why we've not been given them to play with, which is a little disappointing. I would have preferred to have seen them. And if we have a look up here, what have we got right here? It's today's asset of the day. As promised, it's the Quirky one. This is Easy Rampart by Moch. Now I'm going to tell you, I built this in just over 1 minute. It's basically a tiling asset, and you just draw things out and even put in your own stairs like that. And factoids, because factoids. The ancient Persians loved carpets so much they wrote poems about the most beautiful ones. Ah, I wandered lonely as a rug. Easy Rampart by Moch, today's asset of the day. Good one. I can see a few of you playing with that one. Yeah, honestly, all of those ramparts there are actually footpaths. So you can actually get your peds to, your civilians, to get up and have a little walk, a little bit jinky janky there, and a little bit of a walk along. Or you can use it. Honestly, it could be useful. Some of you are going to like that. Down here we have some more intersections. I like these are tidy. Ugliest bit of intersection work I have ever seen though. This is, it's not just bad, it is so ugly. It wins the award. If there was an award for the ugliest glitch I have seen ever. Well done. Well done, Ricebug. It's not often I get to do that. And then we'll just roll on over past that. I don't know the area that well. I did give it a quick 30-second view. Now this for me is dreadful. Look, 2 lanes down to 1 lane to merge into the 2 lanes oncoming. What is wrong with doing this? Just extending the 2-lane highways. Push those lanes back together. A little bit of a tweak there. And just like bend that out a little bit, bend that in a little bit, in a little bit. There you go. What's wrong with that? I think that's better. I don't know why we went down to single lanes. It just seemed crazy. Anyway, the roads end there, and we're now going to head over this way. There are a few more roads. We can't look at all of them. That would be silly. Now, the rail can't go wrong because it's perfectly flat. Am I right? Or am I having you on? Of course I'm having you on. Of course it can go wrong. Now, is this too low? Is it too low? Yeah, it is just about perfect. Just about. I'll tell you what, another inch lower, we would have had problems there. Anyways, last night, were you there? Were you there for Duvo? Oh, hang on, we've got a rail crossover here. This one is asking for collisions. Yeah, not good. Not good at all, thank you. Yes, were you there for Duvo last night? If not, you should catch it. I'll put the link in at the end of today's show. We've built the high school and the local primary / elementary school, depending on where you are in the... What was that? That was weird. Don't know what's causing that. I'm not blaming the creator. That's just a weird thing. That's a weird thing. I'd demolish it and rebuild it and see if that fixes it. Yes, the high school, the elementary school, and the city is, well, the town is never going to be a city, my city build. The town is going to be, oh, hello, what the hell? There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. Move along. Let's go through it. yeah, it's coming along quite nicely. A lot of work yet to do to it. But yeah, if you like your Let's Plays, we'll look down that route in a second there. Up and over some hills. Yeah, not so keen on this bit. But yeah, if you like your city builds, you like your Let's Plays, do feel free to join me for Duvo. Every Friday we do it as a premiere. I am there in the chat and I'll respond to your questions right on the spot. Yeah, because I'm nice like that. Now look at this. This is tight. This is tight. It looks like it's actually been deliberately done between the pillars. And I'm not gonna, let me see if I can get down to ground level by hitting the tab button. Oh, darn it. Darn it. I didn't want to come up onto the highway. Let's go back down, so we can make our way back down to ground level. Will you drop down? Thank you very much. Now, if we can go underneath this time, please. Thank you very much, game. Very good. Yeah, the catenaries are just cutting through the cog. Do you know what? That is very nearly. Very nearly. Given everything else, I'm going to let him have that. Or her. Ricebug. Could be a girl. Could be a girl, you know. Anyway, we got this. Doesn't really connect. But if you come down here, you have a look at this bridge. And the bridge looks a bit wonky. But I am going to let you have a little look at the Google Street View. From those, there's actually a real life bridge just about here, which has been put in. That's fair enough. But that is how it should be. Once again, it matches. Sort of. Ish.
Wouldn't it be great if Cities Skylines had tides within the game? Well, now it does, thanks to TPB's Tides mods. Want to know more? Then you need BonBonB's Tides tutorial. Click the information button below.
And back to Eugene, Oregon by Ricebug. Now there are no shipping routes because the rivers are way too small, but we do have a couple of air routes. The thing is, they do cross over, which can lead to planes taking right angle turns. To be honest, it's not as bad as when ships do it, because you can see the planes banking, and that's not so bad as when ships do it. I still not keen on it, Now the water flow, okay. Are you ready for this? These rivers actually work as rivers. Much to my surprise, I was expecting this to be a disaster. And seriously, I really did not expect this to work. But you can check out these arrows. They are all flowing downstream all the way right to the edge of the map, which really did surprise me. Not only that, but there's a secondary river coming down this way into the same river net, and it's exactly the same. It's actually good water flow. I'm very surprised. Now, yeah, the intro sequence, which was a bit misleading, because this was the only interesting part of the entire map that I could really use for the intro. So I basically flew over this, and yes, I'm sorry if you were misled into thinking it was a great, beautifully aesthetic map. It was not really, but there you go. Hills on the river there, and then we've got a lot of nothing in the middle, but like I say, it's a builder's map. There you go, sticking by that, it's a builder's map. I've got your back, Ricebug. I'm not coming down on you for that. This little thing here, this is a park. This is, wait for this, Hendricks Park. Yes. Hendricks Park. Just check it on Google. I am not making that up. Didn't expect it to be White Walker Night King Park, to be honest with you, but it could have been. One of these days I'm going to find one in deepest Vienna or something. We've got some rough terrain out here with the trees, and over here we've got, you can see where the real life parks are laid out and marked out for you to work towards. I think there's enough put in there that if you want to build on a replica of Eugene, Oregon, you probably could. So your chance to vote on the map, is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your votes really do count. We use them at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the best 10 maps of the month? I would be surprised, but it's your decision, not mine. My decisions follow as such. Aesthetically, yeah, it's not very good. It's not super ugly. There is one super ugly spot. We've seen that. But honestly, it's just substandard. It's disinteresting. It's 2 stars. Detailing. Well, the thing is, there are some points that are okay. you know, we are matching up with a real life map, and it kind of matches up, but the actual quality of the detailing is not great. There's even an entire rail depot that is missing, and it's huge. I didn't point that out. Bad BonBon. 2 stars for detail. Gameplay potential. Okay, this would be a 2-star map for gameplay as well, but for the purpose of actually rebuilding Eugene in Oregon and the fact that the water is flowing well, I'm going to give it a 3rd star. Feeling generous. Eugene, Oregon by Ricebug. Do you know what? Look, it is... I can't come down hard in every category. I've got to give credit somewhere. And it is playable. It is playable. Just, do you wanna? Do you wanna? Do you live in Eugene, Oregon? Do you want to move out of Eugene, Oregon? I don't know. I've never been. I'm sure it's a lovely place. Maybe. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for the Steam Weekly Chart Show. I may even have a tutorial out for you. And then next week, we're back on the... yeah, you got it. More What Map. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. I'll see you very, very soon.